Hey, this is Justin. It is Tuesday morning, going for an early morning walk. Just went and did the workout at the gym. Fired up Otter this morning just to get a little background for some of the stuff that we're starting to capture and figuring out how do we go from like ideas like coming through the mouth into things in reality. So this is another kind of version of this. I have a commitment in my morning routine to do a LinkedIn post every single day. My goal would be a written post, but a little bit more challenging to do written posts as we're starting to walk and talk, although that becomes a lot more possible with Cleft Notes that we're starting to work with. So went and lifted some weights this morning. Now going for a walk. We'll wake up my son at 6:30, and then we'll also take the dog for a walk after that and do a little bit more, and then sit down to the computer. Probably be there by like 7:15, 7:30 to get the day started and to get things moving in right direction. So also start off this morning with the focus finder as I've been kind of running very quickly and just being in response mode for the last couple of weeks. Sat down and just picked up the pieces like, what are the things that we've got to do? Where are the things that we need to, what are the things we've got to do? Where are the things that we need to connect with other people? And where are the things where we need to connect with other people, and then where is it where we've got to get a little bit more systemic as opposed to responsive. So fun to mess around with that. What's going to happen with this live stream on the back end, create this, 0 people listening right now live, but creating this to get an idea out, really to demonstrate kind of the way of working and the way of thinking. We'll take this down and create a transcript based on this, and seeing what goals start to get served and what actions and what results start to get resolved based on the work that is getting completed. So basic thesis is conversation is what leads to conversation was what leads to results on the let me just make sure I didn't send that to the wrong person. Just looking at a note that I sent. Perfect. Conversation is what leads to actual conversation is what leads to results and clarity of thinking. This type of conversation is in support of creating serendipitous connections or happy accidents, as my friend Peter Williams talks about, just serendipitous connections that get forced at a period of time. So my basic premise is we want to be able to create and run alongside people on terms that actually work for them. So I create this at a time that works for me. I was up this morning going for a walk, so I'm creating this at a time that works for me. People will either not listen to it, people will listen to it and ignore it, people will listen to it and respond back to it on their terms that works for them. And then what's neat, what happens then is people get to create kind of in parallel with the stuff that we're working on. So I was having a conversation with a friend of mine yesterday, just talking about like somebody who I share a ton of interest with, have a lot of different things to talk about, but because the ways that we work are different, it is we have to work to find sort of that commonality of kind of where we are energetically, what's important to us in that moment, and it's interesting because you start to get a mastermind when you work with other people, but there is also some sacrifice that comes into matching somebody else's energy and connecting with them. So what happens if it's possible we can just run the way that we're running, which is this, right? This is the way, this is me running in the way that is most authentic and most natural, just searching for the ideas as we're working through it. I look at it. I've never really written stand-up comedy. I guess that's not an inaccurate statement. I wrote it once for 1 minute, but never really written that much stand-up comedy. But like, how do you start to search for the ideas that make a difference, and where do you get to the place where you're like, this idea has legs. This is something that's meaningful. This is something that we can work through and navigate through and manage through in a way that's impactful for us. So what else do I say about that? So that's what this is. This is a random brainstorm. People are welcome to join in if you're listening. People are welcome to, people are welcome to join in if they're listening. People are welcome to stay away. People are welcome to, how they can interact with it every way they want. But more importantly, I can interact with it in the future and seeing this is something. There's something. There's something that there's a thread that we want to pull on. And the other thing that's interesting is the conversation here gets to interact with other future conversations, kind of inside the context and the concept of the second brain. So we're taking what's in the brain right now that would get lost, that would get diminished, that would actually do damage in the sense of ideas circling around that without any particular expression. So they either get lost or they actually create a kind of a negative impact because they're not expressed, right? And so this is the opportunity to express the messy, to express it in words, to get it out there into the world, into a way where there can potentially be some meaning. And so the thing that I'm most excited about, or one of the things I'm so excited about right now, is the processing of these random words into kind of a meaningful, cohesive program, project, results, like having the right things start to hit our results dashboard on the back end. So I'm going to put this one to bed for right now. Call it quits on this one, and get ready to start to walk back. I'm going to do a check-in with my coach in a few minutes, and then I'm going to do my health check-in. This will serve the purposes of getting the LinkedIn post complete today, and then maybe we'll do some other brainstorms on the back end to get this day going. So have an amazing one, and appreciate anybody who is listening. Have an amazing day.